Yep.
Yes. So this was the RJ Argentina Sports Foundation National Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year ceremony. Woo! A lot, which you and Dahlia hosted in all your glitz and glamour.
Yep. Omar McLeod and Alia Atkinson, even though late in the day I said Alia McDonald, but it's Alia Atkinson who won it.
Alia in your mind.
But he gave Omar McLeod, well, they both. Alia gave a wonderful speech. She wasn't there, but she sent her speech. I thought it was brilliant, as usual. Omar's speech was incredible. We got some folks crying and stuff. But you know, after the speech, because Dahlia reminded us of something that he said, which I thought was incredible. And in his speech, he said he knew that he had to beat the best in the world to be Jamaica's Sportsman of the Year, which is true. He had to beat the best in the world, so you can't just come second in a race.
That champion, medal,
we are so good. So to be the Jamaica sportsman, especially in sprints, because we have so many sprinters here, so to be the top sprinter is an absolutely amazing feat. But that was, he really spoke well, got very emotional, cried, and again, a lot of us there.
I love to listen to him. He speaks really from his heart.
But you know, I was watching, Jordan did great with the features that we did. And while he was talking about Veronica Campbell, I'm looking at her. She actually started to cry. I don't think she realized how good she was. I think maybe when she started to hear that she had so many medals as a youth athlete, so many medals in the World Championship, so many medals at the Olympic Games. And when he said even more than Usain Bolt, I think that's what she said.
I think sometimes when you hear all of that, it's almost surreal. And then maybe when you start to think back on your journey and how difficult it's been over the year, it's emotional.
Yeah.
I mean,
she is one of the best in the world for life. I mean, there's very few people in history will come even close to what she has done. So congrats, Mrs. Campbell Brown.
She looks stunning too.
Yeah, and Omar was also the RJ Argentina Honor Awardee in 2017 for sports, so he's done brilliantly. So congrats to...
Felicidades a todos. Yeah. Well done, everybody.
Really, really well done.
Okay.
And then we go to...
Do we really have to? Do we have to, Kerry?
Yeah.
All right, so there's an article that has come out. I read it in the Independent. It's an article that speaks to our tourism minister reassuring visitors that the island remains safe. As Jamaica comes to grips, it says, with the fallout caused by travel advisories and the calling of a state of public emergency in St. James, the country's Minister of Tourism, Edmund Bartlett, is reassuring visitors that the island remains safe. Quoted in a media release distributed to travel agents and consumer media in the US last Friday, he said the action taken by the government is not arbitrary, as it required a great deal of strategic planning. Okay. All members of the tourism fraternity have given their full support to the measure and the feeling that these actions are welcome to ensure the safety of Jamaica's guests and citizens. I think this after Britain on the weekend issued a notice to its citizens to stay in the hotels, to be safe because of what is going on. But the president, is this the president? Of the Montego Bay chapter of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Jason Russell, well, he's the area chair. He says Montego Bay is the safest it has been in years. The security forces are professional and are not impeding the movement of either locals or foreigners. This is an issue that is throwing a lot of debate, because I think Delano Seabright put something out to say, quoted some stats of crimes against tourists, 0.00 a little bit. But some folks were saying, you know, okay, it's great that the tourists feel safe, but what about the citizens of Jamaica?
But did you hear what happened on the weekend at the funeral? With the police officers there. So it's another funeral that they shot up. Yeah. Wow.
I mean...
Anyway.
So Jamaicans need to feel safe.
Yep.
Is what we're saying.
Yep. We move on.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying.
We don't. People smuggling worry escalates.
This is human trafficking?
Human trafficking. We are tier 2 in the trafficking in persons report published by the U.S. State Department. I'm not certain what Tier 2 means, but it says modern-day slavery is now a 32 U.S. billion a year epidemic. It says second only to weapons trafficking, but poised to eclipse other crimes to be categorized as the most vicious and heinous crime, with an average of children involved standing at 14. 32 U.S. billion a year. In Jamaica, it says some 76 victims of human trafficking have been rescued and 4 traffickers convicted so far, with more cases set to be placed before the courts.
Country is a source of and destination for adults and children subjected to sex trafficking and forced labor. This is what Tier 2 means. Boy, may I tell you, I don't know. I feel like we lost our way.
Feel like?
We don't know.
We lost
like,
our way. We lost our ways, man. Sure.
I don't know what it's going to take. Somebody was saying, put the whole island under a state of emergency. I hear somebody else saying we don't have the resources to do that.
I feel so.
Some folks are saying, the ones who are advocating for human rights, why should I have to give up my rights? So
why?
that
Because
state can do what it ought to have been doing all along. Other people are saying, of course I will give up my rights. There's so many different views.
Yeah, man.
But the one consensus is that something needs to give.
If it is going to save lives, I'll give up my rights.
Okay.
I said it already, you know, if no one stop me at every single corner and that will improve the safety of all, then fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All right.
We are frowned upon. We're not going to do this.
What?
This last one.
Oh, I think I'm afraid.
I don't blame you. What is your burden?
No, yes, I'm going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Mr. Trump now say, if them give him the wall, what am I do? He will support the legal status for dreamers. But they must give him the wall. So apparently the government shut down the United States. So when it shut down, when Mr. Obama was the president, him said the president must take leaks from the shutdown.
Because he is responsible.
Yeah.
No, he just put everybody into a room and negotiate.
No, him says the Democrats caused it, not him.
Yeah.
But him did say before that anytime it shut down, is the president cause it.
This gentleman is trying to, you know, Schumer thought he had struck a deal. He said he left the White House. Him here, everything changed. He says negotiating with the president is a little bit like negotiating with Jello, which I suspect cannot be like a good thing because Jello just never stops wiggling.
Yeah, it can be a good.
I don't think Trump would have taken that very well.
No, it can be. So him soon start tweet again. So
we'll see. Did they reopen it? Because they were supposed to have a vote at 1 o'clock this morning.
I'm not certain.
Aren't you usually awake by 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
Then you don't turn on the TV?
From 1 o'clock. No, I don't turn on the TV.
But you would hear from 3 o'clock?
I don't turn on the TV.
You have maca in the bed?
No.
So why you get up 3 o'clock?
I have water in my bed.
Oh.
And I feel like I was going to drown, so I get up quick.
Foolish shit. Stupid, you say?
All right.
Birthday.
Yes, this is Miss Sylvia Gordon. Now, apparently Miss Gordon was away for 12 years, and she just came back like either yesterday or the day before. It's her birthday today. I hope you have a great day, ma'am. Welcome back home.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and it's coming from your daughter, Sophia, your sons, Gareth and Richie, and the rest of the family. Them give me about 17,000 names, but I don't have the time
Was it
to
far foreign or near foreign?
I don't know which foreign. But I hope now that I said happy birthday, you'll find something in the barrel to send for me, like what I tell you happy birthday. Yesterday was my great bona fide and virgin who started dressed different from the other day, like him and him have the same age. The #1 Aubrey Thomas birthday.
You know.
You noticed it?
I just spoke with him about it this morning.
Barrel come back.
Aubrey coming here dressing like, I mean, his shorts are like, you know, short.
Them always cost me all my clothes tight. And I feel him look for me and say, my brethren, that.
I like it though, Aubrey.
I love it.
I think it's a step in the right direction.
The only thing I don't like is we don't get nothing out of the barrel. That me vex.
Nothing in there could fit me.
Well, I am sure something
not gonna fit you, it's still too big for you. As fitted as they are on him.
And also, as I said, today is my big brother's birthday, Vernon.
Where is Vernon, please?
Vernon lives in Ohio.
Ohio.
Akron, Ohio. Is Akron? Yeah, man, is Akron.
Are you sure?
Is Akron. I hope you have a great day, my brethren. I love you so much. Long to see you. And I hope I see you pretty soon. All right? So happy birthday, my big brother. He's not the eldest because we lost Jackie, so he's the big man in the place, so I have to respect that.
You're 2 years overdue for the visa, though.
True.
Or is it 3?
2.
It's 3.
2. You got none? Poor thing. You don't know nobody who have birthday and thing? That's so sorry for you.
I don't have any friends.
Oh, poor thing.
Wop, wop.
You can't say happy birthday to Aubrey.
Go away.
See you there. Aubrey. See you right there. Hey.
Hi.
Happy birthday. Wednesday was yesterday, you know, Bridget. So you could have bring something for it. Happy birthday, folks. Have a great day today.